Hello and welcome back to the UK's #1 retro gaming podcast show. Yep, it's Retro Asylum, episode 358, I believe. Anyway, with me, and I'm Dean Swain by the way, Steve Erickson, Mr. Marky Mark. How you doing, guys?
Pretty good, mate, pretty good. Nice to be back. Feels like it was only 5 or 6 months ago we were last on.
Is that when we did Knight Rider? Was it that long ago?
We did Knight Rider while it was still on the telly.
Hang on. I've done an episode, not the last one, because that was the Toe Plan arcade one. I've done the Spectrum Next one, didn't I, which was before that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still been a long time, and I apologise to all our listeners and Patreon supporters and all that, that there's been a big gap. But, you know, the people who are meant to keep recording episodes continually, because they're contractually obliged to, have disappeared.
Lazy,
they're too busy
just lazy.
doing other stuff.
Messing about, so we've had to bring the 18 back in. A stands for absent.
Yeah. I feel like we're the cornerstone, you know?
The anchor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Holding the ship.
We're only called upon when the ratings are starting to dip.
That's it.
Not that the ratings are starting to dip, guys, you know.
No. We're like a nice palate cleanser.
Exactly. You've got all these other podcasts out there, and then there's us.
Exactly. The old farts of retro.
Yeah, you guys didn't hear it before, but before we started recording, we were yelling about the weather and yelling about old things, and it really makes me feel like an old person, and it sucks.
Well, to be fair, Mark, you are sat with two old people.
Yeah,
like me and Dean have no even chance of pretending to be young anymore. We have both crossed the 50 threshold now.
Yeah.
There's no way
we
back.
Look at young girls and they look at us and think,
wait, what are we talking about?
Not too young.
Finish your thought. Finish your thought, Dean. Finish your thought. Go on.
I probably should shut up, but yeah, sometimes you do, and they're probably thinking, look, he reminds me of my dad. Or something.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I went into town the other night. You probably saw me picture of Carl Kennedy. I'll come to that. But me and me missus walked back through town at like midnight, and there was all people out, and I was like, Jesus, these are all kids.
Yeah.
I used to go out and club and all the rest of it, and I'm looking around, and I'm like 30 years older than everyone. I look like someone's dad.
Mm-hmm.
But the best thing is about being this age is that you don't have to go. You can just refuse point blank. Do you want to come to town? No.
No, I fall asleep at 10:30.
Not interested. I want to be in bed. It's great.
Getting old sucks.
It doesn't. It gets you out of stuff. Do you want to come out for a drink? No. Do you fancy coming for a meal? No. It's great. You can just say no to it. Why? Because I'm old. Leave me alone.
It's good to have that
excuse. You find, though, you're making more and more excuses not to go out.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying no. I'm just saying no, I don't want to. I've done with the excuses. In my 40s, I'd make an excuse. Would you like to come out for a meal? Oh, mate, I've got work the next day. Oh, I'm not feeling very well. Once you hit 50, you just go, no, thanks.
I can't be bothered.
Well, I'm not there yet.
Bothered. You're not there yet, Mark. You've got this to come. There. It's great. It's a get out of jail card.
How many years you got, Mark?
So I'll be 47 this December. So it's like 3 more years. I'm a baby.
You're youngin'. Yeah. It's not too bad. I hate the number, though. Number 50, it just sounds old.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for me. That's going to be a tough one for me, I think.
I don't like it. In your 40s, you kind of feel like you're still in touching distance behind you of your 30s. Like, that's just behind you. And so, you know, I was only 30 not long ago, me 30s. That's youngish. Now there's nothing. I'm in touching distance of my 40s. Well, that sounds crap. And I'm in up ahead is me 60s. Well, that's even worse.
Today's episode is sponsored by Silverberg's Opticians. Are you having trouble reading the text on the back of game boxes? Do you struggle to see the bullets on monochrome games on the ZX Spectrum or Game Boy? If so, you should visit Silverberg Opticians for all your eye care needs. Call us on 0151 709 2012 or visit our store at 40 Whitechapel, Liverpool, L1 6DZ. And remember, Retro Asylum sent you.
If you've gone blind, you know where you need to go. It's Silverberg. Silverberg Opticians.
Well, the one thing I've noticed, and because I've always had really good eyesight, very good vision, but the past year or so, my eyes are really getting bad. I blame the iPhone, so I'm constantly on those. But I'm struggling. Even driving in the dark now, I'm finding it hard.
Dean, it's
terrible.
absolutely mad. So up to about 48, I didn't need glasses. My up-close vision was great. My distance vision was brilliant. I had 20/20 vision right up until like 48, and then after 48, it just started to dip. And now I'm 50, and I need my glasses. Like my long distance is still good, perfectly good, but I can't read my phone. I can't read the screen. As soon as that's all blurred now.
Really? See, that's what I'm worried about. I've not gone for an eye test, but people tell me, as soon as you start wearing glasses, your eyesight kind of gets worse.
Well, the thing is, right, that when your eyes start to go a bit, and mine started to go, and I was like, what I found was I read my Kindle in bed, and I noticed at some point that I was holding it out at full arm's length to read it. I don't know when it happened. I used to hold it here, and now it was full arm's length, and I was like, what the hell's going on? So I went and got my eyes tested. I got it through work, and then they give me the glasses, and it was like a miracle. It's like everything goes back into
again,
HD.
Was it?
Yeah. Boop. Wow, I can see. So it just, we're getting old, mates. Just get them.
We are. One good thing, I've still got my hair just about, and it's not gone grey yet. That'll be the next thing. I'll be a silver fox.
That's impressive, being in the 50s, hitting 50 and not having grey hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same, mate. Got no grey. Got a little bit of grey. A little bit of grey in the beard.
In my beard, especially on the chin.
Touch here.
Yep.
Yeah. I get
That's how mine is.
White horns either side of my chin.
It's always here, isn't it? This bit of the chin.
You need Dean, you got if you get the Mads beard going on, like Madster, big streaks.
I only had a shave.
Rock and roll.
I have to shave because I'm like a werewolf, and my hairline goes right round my neck. I only had a shave a few days ago. And sometimes it makes my skin sore because I shave so much. So some weeks I tend to leave it. It's been 4 days, I think.
You need to get the beard. You have the rock and roll, the gray streaks, dude.
Gets too itchy.
Yeah, I can't grow mine out. It makes me nuts.
Oh, I'm through it.
I did
it.
It cuts into my neck and gets caught.
It goes away, So I did this like a few months ago because I was like, I wanted a beard.
Yeah.
But with 4 weeks in, I was scratching my eyes out.
Yeah.
I was literally like, Jesus Christ, and like itching my eyes all the time and my face and all the rest of it.
It's weird. I grew mine probably during lockdown. Everyone did, didn't they? They just all become lazy and whatever. And I haven't got any ginger hair on me, but my beard started to go a bit red in places, and that worried
I got
me.
it here and here.
No offense, ginger people, but I'm not.
I'm
ginger.
red.
Like
red. You're red. I don't get.
It's dark now, but yeah,
it's got a bit of red in there. But I got the ginger down here as well. It's all your chin just goes.
It's weird. I've got brown hair, but in the sun, so I've got a bit of a Tintin haircut. The front of it goes bleach, and I start going blonde at the front.
This is hilarious. Here we are, like
what a podcast! He's back
10 minutes in.
Honestly.
This is our post old talk.
We're talking about getting old. That's part of retro.
Our listeners can, identify with it all. And
they'll either identify or know what's coming.
Yeah.
Or they're like, man, who are these boomers on the freaking radio?
I don't care. I don't care about anything anymore.
Like talking about their bald spots and.
Mate, I've got the middle of my head. That's all gone. It's all strategically placed to hide it all. I've got my ears going. I haven't got the greys though. Same as Dino, I haven't got the grey.
Well, if it was orange, I'd call you the Trumpster. But yeah, it's okay. We won't
Thanks, man.
There's an hairstyle.
Yeah.
Gust of wind and it's all over for him.
Carrie Steve's awake.
That's me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I made it to 50. Got the
Well
trophy.
done. Yeah,
Well, this is it. It's an accomplishment. You've got to be happy, I think.
Yeah. So what's the news anyway, boys? We got any news? What's been going on?
Christ. Sorry for...
Dean should talk about the Vectrex Mini. That's pretty excited about that.
Vectrex Mini, yes. That's a thing that's happening. That come out of the blue, didn't it, really?
Yeah. It was weird. Did he just develop it out of the blue and then brings it to a game convention?
Sort of. It was an idea that the guy had. It's a French team that are developing this. I can't remember the guy's name. I've been in touch with him. We are going to try and get him on the show. Basically, he knows the people who have got the IP rights to Vectrex are also French, from what I believe. And he's been speaking to them. It was an idea he had because he's a fan of the Vectrex, the guy. And yeah, he basically cobbled together the 3D printed cases that were on show at the it was the German game show, wasn't it? It was displayed at. So I think for that he was using a Raspberry Pi and something else and a 3D printed case. But it's all going to go into production properly. They're going to have their own little piece of hardware powering.
It's an OLED screen, isn't it?
OLED screen. Yeah, it'll be a proper. It won't be a 3D printed case, obviously. This is a Kickstarter campaign that kicks off. I think it's the 3rd of November. 2nd or 3rd of November. It's all happening. And if that goes well, there's chances of a full size Vectrex with an OLED screen. Obviously, it won't be a CRT. Nowhere really makes them anymore, apart for the military, I believe. There's no factories manufacturing these things for general consumption. So, everyone would love. I would love to see brand new CRTs and Vector monitors being made, but it's just not possible anymore. So it'll be OLED screen. It's going to have overlays. It does look quite small because the Vectrex itself isn't the biggest of machines. You can see the one behind me, which is a full-size original. So again, what we was talking about earlier, failing eyesight, some of us might struggle with, but if it comes with an additional magnifying glass, we should be all right.
Free glasses.
Just like the old Game Boys that you had like the little
giant
magnifier. Yeah, I can't remember what those were
I've got
called.
one of those here, funnily enough.
Do you?
Not that I've ever used it. This was my wife's one. She's worn glasses since I've known her. And it's probably because of this.
What's it called? Is there a name on it?
Seeing the light.
I thought it was like I can't remember the dang name of it.
Let's have a look. This is great.
You should attach that to a hat, Dino, and then you can just wear it in
Light
front of
Magic,
the Vectrex.
this one's called.
Light
I
Magic.
should imagine there
Light Magic.
was all different companies making them. Yeah, I think it takes batteries, which is there batteries in here? Hope not. No.
Because it used to shine a light on it. You could play it in the dark.
That's right, yeah, but the original Game Boy screen wasn't great, was it? I mean, we
No, they had lights in it, didn't it?
time.
Didn't it light the Game Boy up?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it kind of reflected off the plastic lens,
Yeah.
and it looks a bit rubbish. But yeah, the Vectrex Mini, it looks smart, and I think it'll be okay. Obviously, it's not exactly the same as the original hardware.
Do you? I mean, the size of it, was it like almost like the size of a big iPhone, like one of the big Pros or something? Because it didn't seem like
Mini.
it was. I don't even know if it was that big.
I don't think it'll. I mean, the original Vectrex, the screen.
You think 7-8 inch, maybe?
Yeah, about that. So yeah, it's going to be bigger than a mobile phone, but not much bigger. The screen, the actual screen itself. I think it's going to have. There's the controller's quite diddy as well. That's just about the size, maybe slightly smaller than an NES pad.
Yeah, I thought the controller looked good.
Stick on it. It looks quite nice. and it'll be SD card. Also, some of the games on the Vectrex were licensed, so Scramble and stuff like that. And I did hear in an interview that if they can't get the licenses, they're going to change aspects of the game, like the title and a bit of the gameplay and some of the graphics maybe. So you might not get every Vectrex game as they originally were on it, unless you find the software yourself, which, as you know, isn't hard.
Yeah.
There wasn't that many games originally released on it anyway. I think it's about 28 games in total. But there's been a hell of a lot of really good homebrew for the Vectrex. For a good
OLED's a good choice
years.
for the screen.
Yeah, with the overlay placed on it, it will still give an impression of a vector. It's not going to be blocky.
OLED
like
glows. When I had the OLED on my Steam Deck, it got a glow about it, which is very similar to a vector.
Yeah, well, I took the overlay off my Vectrex and just placed it on an emulated LCD screen of a Vectrex. It's not exactly the same, but it's fairly close, really.
That overlay hides quite a bit. I think it kind of is pretty forgiving, probably.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. It'll allow a lot of people who've never had one to at least experience the games to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm all for it, but I've got an original Vectrex, so I'm one of the lucky ones. The price of these things has gone up so much over the years. They're getting out of reach for a lot of people, which is a shame.
How much are they now?
So is a lot of the homebrew. If you've not got the money to buy the games as they're released, years down the line, they
go
skyrocket
crazy
in price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, unless whoever's making them can get them published again and do another run. But it's not cheap to produce the games. I thought I'd turn that off. It's a shame. It's a shame, but it might be really decent.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, I guess it depends on the price point. I have an original one, and I have one that's dead. So I have two. I really need to work on the one that's dead. I say it's dead. It works fine. It's just I think it got vertical collapse.
You've just got to find someone who knows what they're doing with them.
Yeah. But, I love the ideas of minis. I think they're great.
Yeah. If it's a success and they produce one that's full size, then it's got to be a good option for people who haven't got the original.
Yeah.
I think.
Speaking of full size, you guys going after any of you guys going after the A1200?
Wait and see when it comes out. Not sure yet.
Yeah, I think in October there's going to be a lot more news announced about it. Again, we should be having an interview with Retro Games Limited. They've agreed to speak to us. It's just nailing down some times when everyone's available to chip in on it. There's been rumours that it's FPGA, which I can't see that happening with a Retro Games Limited device.
I mean, there's no need.
Just emulation.
Just use the thing that's inside the mini.
The price would be astronomical if it is FPGA.
Yeah.
As nice as that would be, if it's too expensive,
I don't think it will be, because also pretty sure save states don't work on the Amiga on FPGA. Well,
it depends if on the size of the FPGA and if they've got someone who can adapt that code to, for save functions to work.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Mark? Are you going to get one?
I'd like one. It's the one Amiga I don't have yet. Or I'm sure there's more. I don't have a 4000 either. But I mean, I don't have an AGA machine outside of my CD32, which I feel like I don't know. It doesn't feel quite right. So I wouldn't mind getting one, depending on the price point. Have they released a price on that one? What?
No.
Is it going to be like
again? In October, I think all will be revealed.
Okay.
How much was the normal sized, or the maxi that they don't like calling it, C64?
I want to say here in the States it was about $130, so about probably 100
I
pounds.
think it's about £130 here.
I mean, that's a reasonable price if that's what they price the Amiga.
Yeah,
I think if it's in that range, that sounds like Christmas present for sure.
What about the Ultimate 64, the Ultimate Commodore, the Return?
It's
What's our thoughts?
I'm hoping it does well again with these things. It'd be nice if it turns out to be decent.
Well, what are your thoughts overall on Commodore coming back with Perifractic?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are against it. I'm not really a fan of his videos. I've not really watched a great deal of them. I've seen some of them. I don't know. I mean, until they get the thing launched and see how they handle, getting these machines out to everyone, it's hard to judge. I'm not going to knock the man. I don't know the guy. I don't know. As long as the firm runs fine and people are getting what they've paid for and what have you, then wait and see, I guess.
Well, it's a better situation than Commodore was in prior to him buying it, because there was no situation apart from various different people and companies saying they own the trademark and doing nothing with it. So it's a better situation as far as that's concerned. The question is, what are they going to do with it? So, okay, we've seen they've got this Commodore Ultimate coming out and they've got some other stuff. The question is, when other people start bringing anything that was like a Commodore out, are they going to step in and start going, hang on, that's ours? That's the question.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? No one's 100% sure of who owns what, it seems.
So are you talking about... Are you talking about like new products that people are using? Is that what you're talking about? Like somebody comes out with the what's the little drive emulator? I can't think of the name of it. Oh, the 1541, the cute little SD reader.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but what I'm talking about is anything along those lines. So I mean, the Amiga and the C64 are perfect examples, except they're already out the door, and I think they're probably fairly safe. Well, had they just become a new company now and were just about to do this and launching a first mini Commodore 64, I very much wonder whether Perifractis Commodore will be going, excuse me, we own the patents to this, we own this, that, and the other. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just, I'm wondering is the question. How are they going to treat other companies who are doing Commodore-related stuff, not straight under the Commodore brand, but close enough? What are they going to do with that? You know what I mean? Are they going to try and start calling the shots? Are they going to say, great, go for it, and if you want a branding properly, give us a shout. If not, no worries. That's the situation you want. That's the perfect situation, is that they just say to people, look, if you want to do it, you do it. And if you want to come to us and actually get the Commodore brand on it, we'll do a deal. You can pay for the license, you can pay a small amount, whatever you want. So they've got the option. As long as they're not forcing the option on people is my question, as long as they're not saying you can't bring that out.
Well, they may own the trademark or the branding, but I don't think they own the legacy. I guess, I don't know. Yeah. So, if somebody came out with the C64 Mini and they're not calling it that, they're just calling it the something Mini or whatever. I don't know that they could come after them. However, obviously they couldn't call it the Commodore.
Yeah,
without the branding. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm with you though, Steve. I think it's much better than it was in, and the fact that he's got a lot of the original development team and a lot of the people that worked on, I think that gives it legitimacy, which is really cool. The Ultimate C64, to me, I think from what I understand, there's a board and then an aftermarket case that he's kind of paired together. And before they did that, it was more expensive to put them together. So I think it's neat that it's cheaper. I think
this stuff's already been available, hasn't it? But he's brought them together. And I think as well, the speed that went up on sale on the website after the announcement shows that this stuff
it's been in
has been going.
They've been planned
months.
for some time, yeah.
Probably about a year, months and months and months.
Yeah.
So we'll just wait and see. he seems like his heart's in the right place. He seems like he really loves Commodore. He's always going on about it. He always seems to love it. I'm not a fan of the sexy voice, I've got to say, in the videos.
Don't lie, Steve.
It reminds me, it's just a little bit of
yeah,
it sounds like ASMR, whatever it's called.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what it's like? Really close to the mic. Sexy voice. That kind of stuff. I was like, whoa. What, stop being sexy with it.
I was going to have to soundbite that one, Dean.
The sexy 64. Sexy.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, let's see what happens. It's interesting times. It's always good to see new stuff coming out, and it's always good if someone's got a new spin on it, new take, new things are coming. It's better than nothing's coming and no one's doing anything. So, let's wait and see. Can't shoot them down until we see what happens.
I think even, and with Atari, with what they're doing, right, over the last 4 or 5 years, they've been bringing out the little 3/4 size thing and the new cartridges and stuff. I mean, I think it's cool.
See, I think that's a trick that Nintendo and Sega have missed. The way Atari done it with the console is that they're publishing new games and re-releasing games, but you can play your old cartridges on these consoles, and I think that is a masterstroke in a way.
Yeah, it is, because it opens a new market up.
Yeah.
I'd love to see some new Commodore games on discs or cassettes or cartridges. I think that would be neat.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
You're still getting the odd Commodore game being released by certain companies, Bitmap Soft, for example, and others.
True.
But if there is a new release, these things seem to be selling quite well. There's obviously a market for them. Maybe not huge numbers, but there's a demand there. And if other potential publishers see that there is a market there, they'll start developing games and publishing games. It can only be a good thing, I think, hopefully.
Atari are funny, aren't they? Because when they first come back, they were wild. They were doing mad shit. Like, the Atari Hotel and the casino and all this crazy stuff. We're like, what the hell's this got to do with Atari? And that, but slowly but surely, they've sort of steered the ship into the right direction, and now
I don't know if it's had
proper
a
honed
change
in
of
on
hands since then or what, but
I think they probably listened to the consumer because they got blasted. And honestly, who would want any of that? The Atari coin or the meme coin that they were trying to like.
The Atari coin wasn't the
some strange things.
Didn't they do that thing that was a thing for a bit and now it's gone?
NFTs.
That's
NFTs,
it. Yeah. I remembered, Mark. NFTs, yeah. What the hell was that?
Stupid stuff. And I think like you said, they steered the ship. I think they heard the feedback and were like, yeah, this isn't going to work. Bring it back. Let's make some yellow consoles or whatever they just recently dropped.
It's fun, isn't it? It's fun, and like they're doing the little handhelds now, and it feels like they've got someone who really loves their legacy back in the mix.
Yeah,
and that's great.
Also, that compilation that they put out on the other consoles, the Atari 50th anniversary one. It was like a documentary disc, wasn't it? It had all the games on it, but it had the making of the games and you unlock stuff. That was quite good, I thought.
So the problem, not the problem with it, it is good. The Jeff Minter one's on sale on the PlayStation at the minute. I think it's £12 instead of like 25. Right. When I've played it, my only issue with it is, and it's not really an issue, but I feel like what they should have done is forced you to play through the games to get to the next bit of the history.
Right.
Even I don't mean you have to complete them, but say you've got to play Llamatron and you've got to get 2,000 points. And when you get 2,000 points, which isn't that hard, play it for 10 minutes. The next bit of the story unlocks and it just goes bang into the here's another video of Jeff when he first started writing this. And what it is, it's not like that at all. It's just like a timeline across the top with drop downs of each year. And you can just go into each one and go, 1979, Jeff got a ZX81. Here's the game he made on it. So there's no exploration of you've got to play this to get to that bit. You can just spin through the timeline and go, I'll just play that bit. And I think it would have been much more of an adventure
making a game of the documentary kind of a thing.
Yeah,
making
unlock
a game
this bit, unlock this bit. You got to get this bit, and have him like when you're playing the actual game, a voiceover. So it's not just the ZX81 version of Pong or whatever he'd made, and you're just sitting there for 20 minutes trying to play it. If you had that was on what looked like a CRTC screen, and then you could hear him talking in the background and 80s sounds and stuff while you're doing it, and make it into an experience. That would have been, I think, a better way of doing it for me. Yeah. I'll tell them.
Yeah.
I'll let them know.
Do that, Steve.
You've done this wrong. No, it's good. It's good we get this stuff, you know what I mean? There's a big collection of games on there, but I just thought you could have done this and made it really interactive, and it would have been fun, to work your way through and open the next bit of his story.
I feel like we're so spoiled. I think back to when, my father was my age in his 40s, and like, what kind of hobbies did they have? Did they had access to all of these things? And it was like nothing. I mean, if you were into a ham radio, or if you were into model trains, I guess, you had some hobby shops you could go into and maybe talk to somebody there. But now it's like we're so spoiled with everything that gives,
so cool.
With our hobby. It's so cool. I agree.
We were born into like technology just as it was starting, and it just seemed like what's the word? Like a miracle. Amazing. What an amazing world we've just been born into, of like everything just seemed unbound, like your toys and your tech and and even though when you look back and they were cheap tech really, and your first Game and Watch was really cheap technology, but as a kid it didn't seem that way at all. You're like, I've got this thing with a screen and sounds and a clock on it, and we're born into the perfect time. I always think we're very, very lucky to be born just old enough to come into the 80s and go through the 80s, the start of gaming properly.
Being born and developed the way
go through it.
Also, I feel like we're the generation that didn't grow up in a way, in a strange way, because look, games that I was playing when I was 12 years old are all around me, and even I've got arcade cabinets and stuff like that. And back then that was just a dream. But I'm fairly lucky, and I've got a few of these bits.
Yeah,
we've all done it. I've had an arcade cab. Mark's got arcade cabs.
Yeah. Yeah, spoiled we are, and it's great.
Lucky,
and I love that
we're lucky.
There's like a lot of people, even locally to me, that I consider my close friends that are into the gaming, retro gaming with me, and it's just like it's like I can hang out with people and they understand me. I'm not weird, because I feel weird. I've always, I've been married. We just barely passed my 24 years of me being married, and I've had video games with us my whole marriage, and so I've always felt a little weird, because, like you said, Dean, I've just never grown up. I'm the same kid I was when I was 12.
Yeah,
but it's become a socially accepted thing.
I'm not sure if your wife's into games. My wife, I think I've probably mentioned on the podcast before, she used to like Pac-Land in the arcade. And she had I think it was a Master System she had when she was growing up. But other than that, that was back then, and she hasn't got any interest in it anymore. And a lot of my work friends haven't really. Even some of my close friends who were really big into gaming when they were younger aren't into it anymore. But because of this hobby, through the podcast and that, I've got you guys, I've got other friends. I was invited to an arcade meet last weekend, which I couldn't go to, and I was gutted. And, some of the guys there, Alex Crowley, Paul Higgins, and a few others, I consider them good friends, and I hear from them all the time. And we've all got this interest that we've got in common. It's great. And if I didn't have this as a hobby, I don't think I'd have as many friends.
Yeah. We'd be just a couple losers.
But I think it's socially accepted now. It everyone games, like the later generations. It's not even a question. Like people in their 30s and 20s and early 40s are all gamers now. It's just part of society, and it's a great thing. It's absolutely brilliant. I wonder what the knock-on effect will be, and by that I mean when our parents and especially our grandparents got old, they sort of just went into like, a lull and like retirement homes and they've got nothing.
You see it when a lot of people retire. If they haven't got a hobby, they kind of go downhill quite fast.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. I think if you do...
My folks have decided to try and keep your 10 mind holidays a year.
Yeah. I mean, my parents didn't have any interest in... My dad used to play pinball when he was growing up, but when it came to the computers and consoles at home, he didn't have any interest in it.
Well, they were pretty old, right? I mean, I don't know. My dad had me when he was like 26 or 27. And so by the time I'm 10... He's 37, and we were playing games at 37, but it was just a different time. Yeah. I was lucky that he was way into technology because he went to school for computer science in the 70s. Right. And so I always had technology around my whole life. And so, but he was, as far as video games go, I remember he would play a little bit with us, and then he was like, after 5 minutes, he was done, and he'd walk away. But computers were always in my house my whole life, as long as I can remember. But he was never into like crazy games and that. So yeah, it's weird.
Well, like I say, I wonder now, our generations and beyond, after us, when we retire, when we end up old and when we end up on our own, if we still game. Still play video games, whether it's old ones or new ones or whatever. I think you're going to keep your cognitive abilities active.
Hopefully. I do worry about dementia because my nan suffered with it, so it's in the family. They say it's hereditary. So that is something that plays on my mind, and I think being into this.
I think it'll be interesting if they do studies. I mean, let's say Dean when he's 75 or 80 and his mind's going, but you put a Spectrum in his hand and he's just right back into it playing Mag Minor. Do you know what I mean?
I'll probably still be banging on about Double Dragon.
Yeah. Sadly. But it would be like it would be interesting to see. I mean, I don't ever see myself not having something around to play ever. And
the scary thing is, obviously I'm 50. 70 is 20 years away. I can't see myself getting rid of all this lot. I know, but this is turning into a right depressing episode.
We haven't even got to the topic yet. Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, we're out in the weeds on this one. Yeah,
that's good. Oh, good. They've missed us.
Yeah, here we are, old man screaming at the microphone. Listen to me.
We've all turned into Grandpa Simpson. All three of us.
Yeah,
brilliant. But yeah, like you say, I think. Well, my mate's dad's got dementia, and one of the things he says to me is that he's like he finds it difficult remembering names and stuff, and he's
well, I find that
not
difficult.
Great. I do, mate. I'm terrible, absolutely terrible with names. But it's obvious, like he's not 100% there. But he said when he takes him to play golf, he puts the golf club in his hand, bang. Boof, he's back, he's banned, he's doing...
It's like with songs, isn't it? A lot of people, they remember the words of a song. No problem. Strange.
Yeah, so like you say, with the games, it might be the same. Put a joystick in your hand and boot up a specky game and you're like, boop, I'm back.
Right back in, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, I bought a Switch 2.
Yes. You bought the Switch 2.
Sold the Switch 2.
Oh, you sold it?
Did you sell it?
Yep, of course I did. Stupid thing.
Did you sell it to Matt?
What's your grievance with it? It's because they're not really aiming the games at the Switch 2. They're still Switch 1 games.
They're having you off. They're a joke, man. Stupid Nintendo. Right, I'll tell you why. So I decided the Switch 2 was going to be like my middle console. I could take it on the go. Any mid-range games, that weren't like super, amazing graphics and all this kind of stuff. Just get them on a Switch. And I can play them on the telly. I can play them in my bag, take them to work, blah, blah, blah. Great. So first game I want to get, I think, you know what I'm going to get Shinobi and I'm going to get Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which just looks like an arcade game. So I get it on the Switch. I pay for it, 20 quid, Ninja Gaiden, playing it. I'm thinking, this doesn't look as good as when I played it on the PlayStation. Why? What's going on? So I then do a bit of digging. And basically most games that are coming out on the Switch 2 are just Switch 1 games. Like loads of these developers haven't got dev kits for Switch 2s. So what they're doing is just saying, it's a Switch 1 game and just buy that one. It might run better on the Switch 2. And in the most times it doesn't. So Ninja Gaiden Ragebound locked to 30 frames a second and 720p, upscaled to 1080 on the Switch 2 and upscaled to 4K on the telly, but it looks shite.
Really?
And the same with Shinobi. It looks massively worse than
You
the
posted
PlayStation
pictures
version.
of the sprite, didn't you?
It looked like crap.
Hmm.
And it's the same price. So they're going, same price as the release on all the other platforms, PlayStation 5, Xbox, whatever, Steam. Play the same price, but we're going to give you the Switch 1 version with a locked frame rate and crap graphics. Well, you can do one. So I talked about it to my mate in work, and he said, I'll give you 350 quid for it. I went, I'll bring it in tomorrow.
How much was it originally?
420.
420.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Matt. I know he did. Matt did ask for first refusal, but the guy just said he'd just bring the money into work, and it saved me posting it. And I didn't know if Matt would want to pay that much as well. So
yeah.
But I'm just not impressed. You know what? I had 4 Switches, got rid of all of them, and now I've had 1 Switch 2, and I've got rid of that, and I'm done with Nintendo. I'll just do one. How can you? That's like the PS5 coming out, and after 6 months, them saying, just buy PS4 games. You can play them on it. Where's the proper games? So, yeah. Very quickly fell out of love with that thing.
Yeah, I have no desire to buy one yet. I still enjoy my Switch, but Donkey Kong sounds cool, Mario Kart sounds cool, but I'm just like,
Their own ones, the AAA, their own AAA in-house stuff's boss.
It's perfect,
but everything else, there's barely a Switch 2 game coming out.
Yeah.
There's about 12 released so far, I think. So I'm out. I'm out. Do one. See you later, Nintendo. I'm out. So, yeah. Anyway, I met Carl Kennedy from Neighbours.
Yes, how'd that happen?
Well,
you should have sold him your Switch too.
I know, yeah. Well, so basically what happened was, if my family discover anything about you, they will run with it, right? So they didn't realise, but they discovered just running up to my 50th that I still like Neighbours. I don't know who told them.
They've been listening to the show, haven't they?
Yeah, they found out that I still like Neighbours. And that, for my family, is like a red rag to a bull. Oh, here we go. So I ended up with the Neighbours Annual 1989. I ended up with a signed poster from Carl Kennedy. I ended up with a video of him saying happy birthday to me. I ended up with 2 tickets to his show, and I ended up meeting him after the show. So God bless them. It's a lovely thing to do. But I will say this. It was absolutely lovely of them to get me the tickets and all the rest of it. But it was to see him in his band. And he plays country music, which is not for me.
You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan. And it was the old-fashioned country music on top. It's not even like the new modern country music. It's like the old, I've been singing with my dog, it's on and down the river. 2 hours.
That sounds awesome. I'm for it.
I was buzzing that he was there. I was absolutely buzzing to see him. It was like, it's Carl from Neighbours. He's on stage, it's great, and he's telling stories about Neighbours in the gaps, and he's talking about going on tour, and he's talking about when he was in Neighbours and Susan Kennedy and all this stuff. It's all great. But after 1 minute of that, 4 minutes of I've been singing with my dog going down the river. So 2 hours.
Okay, you guys know that I'm very, very, very sheltered here in my state. So
Mark hasn't got
I know Neighbours.
What you're on about.
I've heard about Neighbours, but I don't know what it is. So give me a 30-second spiel of Neighbours.
It's an Australian soap.
Yes.
Okay, that's what the Hemsworths were on. Chris Hemsworth?
Yes.
Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, loads of them. So
Kylie Minogue.
Margot Robbie, Kylie Minogue, Russell Thingio. Not Russell Brand. What was his name? Gladiator, yeah.
Oh, Crow. Russell Crowe.
Yeah, loads and loads of famous people have come through Neighbours. But basically, it was an Australian soap set in a little suburb in Neighbours, in Australia, sorry. and it used to be on UK BBC TV at tea time when we were kids. Every day.
Twice a day.
Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday.
Every day, twice a day.
Yeah. Same episode. Monday to Friday. So when you were a kid, you come home from school, getting your dinner, you sit down at the table, and Neighbours is on. Every day.
How long was this show? Did it run
minutes.
for? I mean, did it run for?
It's still
It's
running.
just finished. Well, it's still running, but it's been cancelled now, isn't it? It's coming to the
It's
end.
been running since I was 8.
So it's a revolving soap. Is it kind of just the stories, but it's in the same suburb, or?
It's set in a close.
Yeah, but it's different characters
in a little
come
road.
into it. You know,
But some of them are still there.
Yeah,
some of them are still there.
Wow.
So basically,
That's impressive.
It's been going since I was 8, and I was watching it as a kid, and then I went to uni, and I was having a bad time, stressing about something, and I found it while I was in uni on the telly, and I went, Neighbours. Started watching it in uni. Never stopped. And then it went to a different channel. I carried on. And then it went to the... where else did it go? It went to Channel 5. Channel 5, didn't it? For years. Yep. And then it got cancelled, and then Amazon bought it. So it ended and come back. So I've carried on watching it again. And now it's ending in December. It's going to be the final, the end.
Wow.
And that's the end of it. But it's like a comfort blanket. It's not great. It's rubbish.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense, of course it is. But what I used to love about it was in a nice close. It was always dead sunny. They always used to sit by their pool, and all the women were hot.
Yeah, Kylie Minogue.
What more do you want? It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. And that's so it's gone all the way now, and I've got all the way to like 50 years old. I've been watching it for 42 years.
Oh my gosh. I was trying to think if there was an American equivalent, and I can't think of anything.
Don't have the young
in
and the
the
beautiful.
UK, we've got a soap that's been running. How long's Coronation Street? It's the world's longest, I think, now, isn't it?
Since the 60s.
Years? 50, 60 years?
Like 10,000 episodes.
Didn't it start in like the late 60s?
Yeah, I think
Coronation Street? I think it started in the late 60s. And still going. And it's still terrible.
We have the soaps, like you said, Young and the Restless and all, but we would never watch those as kids. Those were absolutely horrendous and terrible. I mean, terrible to the point where it just didn't make sense to us kids, but I can't think of anything like that.
Well,
where
even your successful stuff like Dallas didn't run, only run for 10 years.
5 years, 8 years, 3 years. Yeah. So I can't think of anything like that. My first thought was like Saved by the Bell, which was a terrible show. I don't know if you guys ever caught those, but
yeah, we got Saved by the Bell, Screech,
But I thought, if it's gone for 40 years, there's nothing like that. It's crazy.
Simpsons, it's not far off.
Yeah, I guess it was a cartoon, but so this person you met was he just like your favorite character from a specific time? Or
no, he's still in it. He's in it from the start.
Oh my
god!
He's still in it from the start, though.
Wow.
Well, no, but he was in it from the late 80s.
Yeah.
It's Carl and Susan. He wasn't in the very beginning. Paul Robinson was, and he's still in it.
No kidding.
But yeah, end of the day, it's nonsense. But it was great. I went and met him, and it ends in December. It's already finished filming, but it ends in December, and it's going to be. He said they're resting it in case it comes back at some point, but that'll be it for me then, because that's probably the only thing I watched that's on was on normal TV. And that'll be the end of it. I'll only stream things and watch YouTube, and I'll be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well. I got to 50.
End of an era.
I watched it all. I clocked it. So yeah.
Neat.
Anyway, should we jump into our little idea for this show? It's not going to take us too long, but we might as well have a bit of fun with it.
Yes, we've been recording for an hour now.
I know.
Talking about what are we talking about?
Yeah. So this main bit of the show is going to take 4 or 5 minutes.
It probably will. Because it's one of my silly ideas. So
it's a good idea.
Licensed games are a big thing, or at least they were a big thing back in the day. Many TV shows and films and even books got licensed and made into games. And I got thinking about the licenses that got away.
Games that should have been.
Yeah, games that could have been made out of these licenses. And my first one, which I was just thinking about it while I was driving about, actually. Baywatch, the game.
So hang on, give us the brief, Dean. So the idea was to pick something that could have had a game but didn't.
Yes.
Or not that we did or didn't in the fact that we didn't really know about it. And to come up with a game concept to go with it.
Exactly.
If we were to make it ourselves of what it would be.
Yeah.
It's kind of shocking some of these didn't have a game, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Exactly. That's why I thought, we could be quite entertaining to try and design levels for these games or ideas, and I thought it'd be quite funny as well. So, I come up with the idea of Baywatch, and I'll just read this out if I can see it. Because my eyes are getting worse as we're recording. Right, so level 1, I thought you could be scanning the beach with a binocular view. Yeah? Try to spot people who are drowning in the sea. Bonus points for staring at girls sunbathing, or possibly deduct points for being a pervert.
Hang on, Dean.
Level
Hang on.
2.
Hang on. Wait there. It's the Baywatch theme, I think. Is this?
It must be the remix. There was a few Baywatch themes, though, Steve. There was a different one for the first series.
Was there?
Yeah.
Baywatch theme, is that it?
This is great podcasting.
I'm trying to get you the music to go in the background.
Well, we can edit that in. Yeah, that's the one that everyone remembers. I think that's from season 2 onwards. That's
is this your music for your arcade game?
I feel like we need bouncy pixels here. I don't know why.
Yeah. Anyway, right, where was I?
Anyway, carry on.
Level 2, rescue drowning person. Top-down view. Here you have to run through the crowd on the beach from your lookout tower, then swim and rescue whoever is in trouble in the sea. Bonus round, twirling your floats. Lifeguards in Baywatch love twirling their floats, especially in slow motion. So the longer you twirl, the more points that you get. Yeah, it's like a bonus round. So you got to, circle your joystick or something. Try and twirl that float.
Maybe you could have a twisty joystick, like tubing.
Yeah.
Rotary.
My mind is in the gutter, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mine too. We'll get to that in a minute.
Right, level 3, fitness training. This should involve lifeguards running in slow motion towards the screen with a special bounce feature to recreate the Baywatch title sequence. People are going to be complaining about this.
Yeah.
Level 4, a pro-am beach volleyball tournament between the fellow lifeguards, and level 5 rounds off with Chase the Thieves, because remember that Baywatch, it wasn't just about rescuing people in the sea and all that.
No, solve
they
the
were
mystery.
also fighting crime, even if they didn't mean to. Chase the Thieves. A gang of thieves have been operating on the beach. You must chase them down using your sand buggy. Think a sandy version of Chase HQ. And that's it. So
Buggy Boy.
that was my idea, or Buggy Boy, jumping over, I don't know, sunbathing people and people.
And that's the end of the episode. That was great. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, it wasn't a great idea, but
No, I was just joking because we've been an hour in and then we do 3 minutes on a game.
So
but
we need the Pam Cam level.
I love the idea.
That's true. I mean, any suggestions for added levels or
the Pam Cam level is where Pamela Anderson is running down the beach with her butt bouncing, and you've got to keep her in shot.
What here's a question, Dean. Are we thinking 32-bit? What era are you thinking? 16-bit era?
Well, Baywatch was late 80s, early 90s, wasn't it? So
text adventure,
probably 16-bit.
16-bit Amiga type style, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, Mega Drive or SEM, SNES,
yeah,
sort of thing.
Could make that work. I think the volleyball, I like the idea of the volleyball game, and having it being a bunch of mini games is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like beach volley on the Amiga.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think if Ocean done it, you know, they were the masters of these little mini game level things, weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I say masters, they mess most of their games up, but you know what I mean.
They did it. That they did them all. Yeah. You went way more into detail than
Well, that's the only one I went into detail.
Oh, okay.
I haven't really had time to develop any more ideas, but
yeah. So
I'll put it to you guys. You know, what licenses would you pick?
I was thinking my initial thought, because I love racing games, and I think back to like my 8-bit NES days, and a lot of my favorite games were racing games that were on it. And so for me, I was thinking like Smokey and the Bandit and or like a Cannonball Run, where with Smokey and the Bandit,
Ferrari.
I mean, yeah, it's so weird. It sounds just like a game that we have. That's right. It sounds like Outrun. But like with Smokey and the Bandit, right? I mean, I love the Trans Am, as you guys already know. Trans Ams are my favorite. But the whole point of that movie was he was trying to. It was like a what do you call it? An escort mission, which is like sometimes usually the worst parts of video games. I hate when you get a level where it's like, it's the escort mission and you're sitting there blasting everything so they don't blow up your big, B-52 bomber or something. But I mean, I think the idea of a racing game where you're distracting the cops while the truckers trying to make it, across the lines, trying to get, I think it was it beer? I can't remember. It was something stupid. Across the line. But I just think the idea of an escort mission, a racing game, making it more of an arcade style game opposed to a console game, would make it really fun. And of course, I mean, with Cannonball Run, kind of in the same vein, it's more of like Outrun, right? I mean, but what would have been really cool is having a, like an 8 versus 8, player Cannonball Run, like in an 8-bit style, where they had all the different kind of cars and you're racing on the same track to get across the Great Americas or whatever you want to do. I think that would be really, really cool. Having it more of a multiplayer opposed to a single player. I think that would have been fun. So
Cannonball Run would be great if you could choose your characters and your car, like the films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Smokey and the Bandit, you got to involve the CB radio as well somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, messing with the
cops.
Always
on the CBs, weren't
they? Wouldn't it be fun to have you blasting into the cops like your Chase HQ, but you're not the cop, you're the bandit, smashing the cops.
Yeah. That could work.
I love it.
What do you guys think on that? I mean, I mean, again, these are just like the first ones that came into my mind when we were talking about this.
Well,
it was like
they're two big films that could easily have been made into games. I think it's a wonder they weren't. Really,
kind of shocked they weren't. Yeah.
Man,
I like it.
Yeah, Steve, what's one of yours?
Okay, I've got two. So, I actually took my first one and I put it into ChatGTP and made it expand on it. But I'm not going to read that out because we'll be here for like 25 minutes. Because it went full in. So I'll actually read what I put in myself. So my first one was the A-Team as a game. So my idea is an arcade game, 8-bit to 16-bit style, and it's set over different levels. Okay, so I'm going to describe them for you. So level 1, Hannibal's Escape. So, Hannibal escapes from jail. In the style of Green Beret, Hannibal must complete the level to escape from jail and get to the rendezvous point. Can't kill anyone, so he punches people and knocks them out rather than killing everyone.
Yep.
It's level 1. Level 2, BA's Escape. Mr. T's Escape. Was he BA? He's BA when he in it.
Yeah.
He's BA. BA's Escape. BA must win several rounds of boxing to secure his escape. Think Nintendo Super Punch-Out style. He's got to beat the end-of-level boss and knock out the jail governor to escape. So he fights the governor of the jail as a bet at the end of the level, and he beats him, and he climbs over the wall and he gets out because he's knocked out the governor. So that's level 2.
Right.
Level 3, Murdoch's escape. Murdoch jumps the prison wall and steals a plane. Cue a 1942 style level. Murdoch must down all the enemy planes and helicopters before landing at the rendezvous point. Level 4, Face's escape. Face jumps the prison wall and steals a sports car. Cue an outrun style escape. Outrun the pursuing police cars to get to the rendezvous point. Level 5, the team have now all rendezvoused at the same place. Level 5, modify the truck. An ocean-style slider puzzle game to create the truck with all the bits on it.
The slider, those slider puzzles where you had the one missing
puzzle.
Block and you had, God.
Move the blocks about until you've got the truck with all the toilet roll pieces sticking off and the coat hanger and all that stuff. So, and then when you've made that, level 6, the final level, you take your new truck on a final mission to save the girl. She's being held by a gang, and her family has contacted the A-Team to rescue her. Race down the highway, chase HQ in your custom truck, bash the gangsters' truck to make them stop and release the girl. The end.
You know what?
And you guys are way into more detail. What in the world?
That's good. It's good. The only thing is, there's got to be a bit, surely, where they get captured and they're stuck in a shed and they make a tank out of tinfoil or whatever's
That's
in the
the bit when they meet. That's the bit where they do the puzzle.
That's the puzzle.
They rendezvous in the shed.
Right.
That's
And they build the truck thing. That's what they do.
I think the other thing we need is lots of gun shooting, missing everything.
Yeah, you can't kill anyone.
We can't kill anybody.
You can't kill anyone. So, like,
Maybe you need a training level where you've got to try and aim for certain things, but no matter what you do, you miss them.
You miss it. It's just blasting all over the place.
Well, the thing is, every time you hit someone, no matter what level you're in, the person you hit goes like this. After it, waves a fist at him. Doesn't matter what you did to him, waves a fist.
I mean, you got that famous clip in it where I think they use footage from a
In
James Bond film that wasn't used. Now, a helicopter comes down. They somehow make an enemy helicopter come down with bad guys in it. It crashes, explodes, and then the next thing you see is the bad guys just dusting off their shoulders.
Yeah. But don't you remember in the intro when they're chasing him in the Jeeps and one of them flips over and bounces like this?
Yeah.
And then the fella gets out and goes, "Oh, you!"
Just like you would do.
And he never managed to shoot anyone ever.
Yeah.
The only
Just the
person who got
machine guns.
shot.
Oh my god.
The only person who managed to get hit by a bullet was Murdoch.
Yeah,
Funny times. Yeah. So yeah, the A-Team. What a bloody big massive TV show that never got a video game.
Well, it did. It did get a video game. But it was only released in Spain, as far as I know.
Spain.
And yeah, they must have been big on the A-Team. That was for the Spectrum and the Amstrad, I believe. And there might have been an Atari 2600 prototype game, I think. Memory serves me correctly. But yeah, there wasn't a big A-Team game released here in the UK, and I don't think there was in the States, Mark.
Yeah, I sure don't remember one.
I think that's such a good license
huge.
that would have been.
So
it was huge.
But also the what you could do with it is so many options because of the way the show was. It's an adventure, it's a run and gun, it's a racing thing. One of them's got a sports car. You've got the A-Team truck. There was so many you could have a race. Like I say, you could do whatever you wanted with it. Yeah, nothing.
Mad that it never happens. Strange.
Exactly. So anyway, any of you's got a second game?
Yeah, I had Magnum
Rent a Ghost.
PI. Well, I suggested to you Rent a Ghost, didn't I?
Yeah. Go on, Magnum.
I don't know what this
Magnum
is.
PI. So, blimey,
Magnum PI.
I really didn't have time to develop much on this.
Does it look like Outrun by any chance?
Would he be driving a Ferrari?
You've got to have the Ferrari.
308, I think, is what Magnum drove.
Yeah.
I love the outrun with the Testarossa. It was so iconic on that back. Those tail lights.
So cool.
I think it was a 308. I should look it up.
In Outrun, there's a spider on it.
No, the Magnum
In
PI.
Magnum. Okay, Testarossa.
Let's see. It is 308 GTS is what they call that. It's a wicked looking car.
It's so cool. I used to like the way he did the double eyebrow raise in the intro. Do you remember that? And then he'd drive off.
I don't know if I remember that. I have to.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Magnum PI. It's not like one that I watched it back in the day. I don't know if I've ever revisited it as an adult.
It's
I
got
think it'd
one
be
of
good
the
to
best
go back.
theme tunes ever. Because the
so
original
good.
series didn't have the same music.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It fits any intro. That's the main thing. But
So
yeah,
cool.
game again. You know, obviously you got Thomas Magnum, who's got to be the main character. But for other levels, you know, you had TC. Was it?
Yeah.
Am I thinking Top Cat?
No, wasn't that his mate who had the helicopter?
pilot. Yeah, because they was in Nam together, weren't they? And then there was the other guy, Rick. Was it?
Who was the old fella?
Oh, that was blimey.
What was he
Can't
called?
remember his name. Higgins.
Higgins.
Yeah, with the dogs. Right. He could set dogs
With the
on
dogs.
people.
And he was English, except that he wasn't in real life.
He wasn't English, was he?
No.
That's the worst. It's like, why can't we just let people be their own
Magnum?
Yeah.
But yeah, you could have, you know, like a run and gun sort of level, but you're collecting clues and, I don't know, going back to crime scenes, that sort of thing. You could have a driving level with the Ferrari, a helicopter level. I don't know, maybe.
There's a game that I'm thinking of on the Genesis Mega Drive, Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, something similar to that, maybe. That would work. You know, instead of going in the room to get bullets, you're going into rooms to pick up clues and stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Like Dizzy.
Thing. Yeah, just like Dizzy.
I'm out.
Oh, dear. But unfortunately, I didn't have time to really develop much of an idea on it. But I thought
It was a good license.
The music's iconic, and I think it could have been made into a good game.
Cool. Mark, you got a second one?
I think all of these kind of. Yeah, I mean, so the only other one I thought about was like TV shows. I was looking back at, kind of looking and thinking of, and I'm like, all of the TV shows, they were all sitcoms, and I couldn't really think of anything, so I was kind of digging more into movie licenses. And one of my favorite movies as a kid was called Flight of the Navigator. It's a Disney movie. If either of you guys ever seen this one?
There was a game, wasn't there, Steve? Flight Navigate.
Is there a game?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think no. I don't know.
Oh, let's see what Steve's got here. I'm excited.
Uridium or something released under that name as well in the States.
So my
this is going
girlfriend
to be
likes
a
making
fun
things.
episode to edit.
Look at it. What? Dude, that's so cool. That's the little, I can't think of the name, but that's the little guy that he ends up stealing because his home planet's gone. And he puts him in his backpack. She made that. Your girl made that.
She did. I told her I like Flight of the Navigator, and the next thing is she turns up with that.
That's pretty impressive.
Handmade.
But I love the idea. I love the idea of more of an open world exploration. You know, because there's time travel involved with it a little bit. And I mean, you could have done so much with this, right? I mean, it could have been absolutely terrible, right? You have Ocean make this game of, you know, probably simple platforming or who knows what. But I love the idea of him going into the ship named Max, I guess, I think is what they called him.
Compliance.
Compliance. I love, oh gosh, what's Pee Wee Herman's name? The voice of him. I can't think.
It's him, isn't it?
Oh, Paul. What was it?
He's the voice of the ship, isn't he?
Yeah. I can't think of the name. It's killing me. Anyway, but the ship is so beautiful, right? Just liquid metal. What a neat thing they did back in the mid 80s. What a cool effect. But
So
just
futuristic.
him going around and doing all kinds of things, clues, picking up things, maybe finding the aliens that the Max left behind on accident, or and expanding on the universe of like, oh, let's we need to take these little aliens or these creatures that we're learning about and take them back home and let the navigator help him do that. I think it'd been really fun to have something kind of more of an adventure type game opposed to an arcade style game. But Flight of the Navigator, I'm shocked. But I've introduced that movie to so many people over the years. When it first came out on DVD, and I would have like friends come over that were families, and I'd be like, "Oh, there's this great," and even adults are like, "I don't ever remember seeing this movie," and kids and adults both just absolutely love that movie. So if nobody's ever seen it, that one needs to be seen, because I love that you have that. That's so cool.
Yeah, I told her I said I like Flight of the Navigator, and she's like, I'm gonna make you something for your TV bench. I said I like Flight of the Navigator stuff, so she come back with that for my birthday. It was actually in a big massive tank with all like the vines and everything that the real ones in.
Wow,
it was too big. It was too big for the TV, so I had to get it in that instead. But she's that clever at that kind of stuff.
That's
she can make Muppets and puppets, and it's posable and all this stuff.
That's wild.
So
yeah.
cool.
I have an original. I still have one of the original posters, so that's hanging up on in my movie theater. Like, I love that movie so much. It's just one of those weird. You ever seen that one, Dean?
Yeah, I have. I've not seen it in years though.
Yeah,
it's iconic though. It's an iconic movie.
Bits of it.
Yeah, it's got Sarah Jessica Parker when she's just a baby, teenager. It's great.
What year was
Good film.
made, that film?
I think it was, I want to say 85 or 6, something like that.
Mid-80s.
Yeah, it was one.
Good. That'd be good.
It was one I must have had on cassette or VHS. I used to just watch that all the time.
Yeah, 1986, August, 1st of August.
It feels like it's in the same time and ballpark as The Explorers.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And a similar kind of film as well, in this concept of like sci-fi and flying off the planet and all the rest of it, like you do in The Explorers.
And you take movies like The Goonies, right? And the Goonies game is really, really good.
Yeah.
Where it's a platformer and you're searching and trying to get away from the bad guys. They did a great job with that movie, and that tie-in. And it's like Flight of the Navigator. I don't know what they could have done with it, but I think expanding on the universe would have been really fun. With him being with the ship a little bit more, I don't know, stuff like that. But it was funny when you rewatch it, and he goes into the future of 1984 or whatever it was, or 86, and he's trying to watch his favorite TV show, Starsky and Hutch, and it just made it was, and they're like, man, that show was ancient. It was on like 6 years ago. Again, here's the old man coming out. It's like 6 years ago. Yeah. So anyway. I don't know. What else could they have done with that? They could have done a Uridium shooter. That would have been fun with it, have a space shooter.
I'm thinking of something else. Uridium was re-released as...
No, you're thinking of The Last Starfighter.
That's right,
yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other shows you could think of, like Different Strokes, the video game?
Did you guys ever have
playing, Willis?
Mr. Belvedere? Did you guys ever have that stupid show?
No.
Schindler's List, the game. No. It's a terrible idea. Do you want my last one?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, I think there's another one that is a perfect concept and was just about, I think it was probably a little bit too early in the 80s, but where's my list? Let me bring it up. Automan.
Automan. No, that would have worked. Yeah.
What's Automan?
So, Automan was an awesome TV show. Early 80s, I think about 82.
Yeah, 82, 83, I reckon. It was based on Tron, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, they were using the same kind of effects.
It's a Glenn R. Larson production, I think, Mark.
Oh,
so, how he likes borrowing ideas from people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Repackaging them.
So this was before or after Knight Rider?
Before, I think. So basically, Automan was he was like a superhero. He had a sidekick called Cursor, which is like a flashing globe thing, sprite that floated around, and he could tell Cursor, "Make me a car, make me a helicopter, make me a bike," and it like go and make him.
It was all neon.
It was all neon like Tron, and the car would be able to do like 500 mile an hour. And he had this glow around him, didn't he? Like these special effects on his clothes and stuff.
And it was created by a computer programmer who worked for the police or something, wasn't it?
Yes. So he was like,
cool.
It was really cool. Okay, so this one I did stick into ChatGTP to give me some ideas. I said, give me 4 levels for Automan. This is what it come back with. It went, Automan, Neon Pursuit. A glowing synth-scored action game starring Automan and his sidekick Cursor battling crime across the city. Players use a single joystick and 2 buttons, action and special, to control Automan through multiple gameplay styles, each inspired by iconic 80s arcade games. Level 1, Light Racer Pursuit. Style, top-down racing. Think Spy Hunter meets Tron. Objective, chase down fleeing criminals through neon streets using Automan's glowing autocar. The gameplay, Autocar automatically takes perfect 90-degree turns, just like in the show, and players must time lanes and Players must time lane swaps and speed boosts. Enemies throw obstacles, drop oil slicks, and deploy spike traps. Cursor periodically appears, allowing players to summon power-ups, turbo boost, shield, or roadblock. End goal: catch and crash the criminals. Catch and crash the criminals before they reach the level's safe zone. Level 2, Laser Alley Shootout. Style, side-scrolling run and gun like Rolling Thunder or Shinobi. Objective, Automan infiltrates a villain's hideout and rescues hostages. Gameplay, Automan fires precision light beams, shots ricochet off walls and hit multiple enemies. Cursor can generate temporary shields or summon extra platforms to reach high areas. Avoid innocent NPCs and environmental hazards, electrified floors and security lasers. End goal, rescue all the hostages and defeat the hideout boss. Level 3, Autocopter Showdown. Style, vertical scrolling shoot 'em up like 1942 or Xevious. Objective, fly the glowing autocopter through enemy skies to stop a tech smuggling operation. Gameplay, collect power-ups to upgrade from single light beams to spread shot, homing beams, and screen-clearing Neon Nova. Enemies include attack drones, choppers, and laser turrets on rooftops. Cursor can generate glowing shields or turn enemies into harmless cubes temporarily. End goal, boss fight against a massive enemy airship with rotating cannons. Level 4, final level, Digital Dimension Finale. Style, we'll keep Mark up here, he's getting bored. Style, isometric puzzle action like Marble Madness meets Crystal Castles. Objective, enter the villain's computer system and dismantle a virus threatening the city's grid. Gameplay, players guide Automan through a glowing circuit maze filled with traps, moving platforms, and data enemies. Cursor can rotate maze sections or create shortcuts to bypass deadly traps. Time limit, stop the virus before the city network collapses. End goal, defeat the final virus core in a glowing boss arena. Avoid patterns of data waves and hit weak points to destroy the enemy.
So that would have to be an arcade game, surely.
Arcade game, 80s to mid to late 80s arcade style.
I can see the marquee now.
Ridiculously detailed from ChatGTP.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like so on point.
I feel like you could say,
seen it, Mark. You've got to watch an episode.
I've never seen it. I've got screenshots of it up here, and it looks awesome. It does. I mean, Tron, so cool. Straight up Tron. I mean, that is wild.
They use the same special effects team to do it.
Yeah, I think it was too expensive to produce, and that's why it got cancelled.
First episode, 1983. So it was after Knight Rider. Knight Rider came out in 82.
Oh, was it? Or alongside it, same time.
Yeah, must have been. Wild.
Yeah, good show, worth a watch.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find a few episodes. I mean, I'm always down to watch some, especially like I've never heard of this outside of probably reading that Glenn Larson did it at some point, but that's wild.
He did loads of great stuff, Glenn Larson.
Oh, it only aired for 12 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's one season.
There was a Battlestar Galactica game in development from Atari, which was going to be... It used FMV sort of footage.
Like Firefox.
You can actually find clips of it on YouTube, but it never got released. Which is
For what system?
Because that's for the arcade.
Wow.
So if you go onto YouTube, type in Battlestar Galactica arcade game, you'll see the clips, and it would have had actual computer models on top of the footage that's shown. Because they've done was it Firefox? They've done a game on the Clint Eastwood film.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was around the same time as that, so it would have been very similar. But Firefox flopped, I think, in the arcades, and they thought...
I played it in the arcade.
Yeah.
In a sit-down cab.
That's right, yeah. I think it's been developed slightly after that, and because that didn't do too well, they cancelled Battlestar Galactica. But I think that could have been quite a high-earning game. Battlestar Galactica was quite cool, especially the first series.
It was.
There's got to be a million of them out there. I mean, it'd be fun to hear what other people think. Which ones are we overlooking? You know?
Oh, there's loads. I mean, there's a lot of UK shows that you wouldn't have heard of. Button Moon would have definitely made a great game.
Kids game, but it would have been
Mark's
good.
looking very confused.
Yeah, I'm like, Button Moon? Okay.
Yeah.
Button
Kids' TV
Moon
show.
was a kids' show. It was Mr. Spoon and his family. They went to the moon, which was made out of a button, in a rocket that was made out of a washing up liquid bottle.
Not a tin of beans.
It was very low, and a tin of beans attached to it. It was very low budget.
Is that somebody in their house like, what can I make a story out of? Get some, got to open up some beans.
I don't know where they used to pluck the ideas from. I really don't. But, there's loads of shows that could have had games. I'll try and go for the more funny ones. I don't know. Black Beauty, which was a TV show about a horse.
Okay.
Yeah, you had Lassie and all that. We had Black Beauty. No, I don't think so.
I've heard of Black Beauty.
Yeah, you might have done. 1970s show. Don't know. There's loads. There's a sitcom over here, Mark, that's very popular called Only Fools and Horses. It's a wonder that didn't get a video game, or a computer game at least.
Fawlty Towers.
Fawlty Towers is another one, yeah. Porridge.
Trying to keep all the mad guests happy in your hotel.
Yeah.
Going
Porridge
from room to
could
room.
have been a good one, trying to escape from prison and...
Yeah.
Bribing.
Like a tapper game with the keeping the hotel guests busy or happy.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Good stuff.
Or Lazy Jones, right? You're going from room to room playing their video games.
Yeah. Well, that section lasted for what, 22 minutes?
There you go.
That's good enough. The main thing is they wanted to listen to us talking about getting old.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the bulk. That's the show.
You got any other episodes in the pipeline that you guys are thinking about? Putting you on the spot.
Ideas you'd never guess.
I still have the means and wants to do a Dreamcast episode.
Yes, well, funnily enough, because we didn't really talk about what we've been up to, but I bought a GDEMU clone off of AliExpress, which was, I don't know, 50 quid at most, I think. And I also bought what they call a Dream PSU, because my Dreamcast kept resetting, and you can clean the prongs on the power supply inside, and it'll work for a while, but the same thing eventually, they get dirty, it starts resetting. So I fitted this Dream PSU, which is a different power supply, and this GDEMU, and I've been downloading Dreamcast games from my library, of course, because I've got a collection of Dreamcast games, so I've been downloading all of those and playing them quite a bit, but I keep going back to Soul Calibur. Which is
They're
one of
so
my
good
favourite.
on there.
Yeah, it's a very nice looking game. Did you have a Dreamcast, Steve, or was it one that bypassed you?
Never had one. No. Doesn't really interest me that much, to be honest, the Dreamcast. I know a lot of the lads like it and stuff, but I just didn't have one.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the games are very arcadey on it, and there's a lot of RPGs, which is not really my thing. But I've even been looking to getting it back online because there's something called a Dream Pi. Using a Raspberry Pi and a USB router sort of thing, you can get the games online again. But yeah, I don't know if I want to invest.
Is there a handful? I mean, I know of Phantasy Star. There's Quake 3 Arena.
Online, Quake 3. Yeah, there's a few games that went on.
I just don't know why you'd want
to play.
Go online.
Now. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
but the fact you can is good.
Yeah. I think if you're into those games heavily, years ago, I actually used to run a website called GameStyle, which started off focusing on the Dreamcast at the time. And a lot of the guys who worked on that website with me were heavily into Phantasy Star Online. So I'd play it occasionally. It was quite fun, but that was back, obviously, 1999, 2000s, probably when that came out. I had a lot more time on my hands where I could play those sort of games, whereas now they don't really, they don't interest me. I haven't got the attention span anymore for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I'd love to do a Dreamcast episode. I still really, really want to. I think Jim was on board for that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should get starting on that one, see if we can do one here in another month or two. I think that'd be good. Or a year or two, whatever it takes.
There's no rush.
There's never any rush. This is Retro Asylum. We don't rush.
There's no rush. Yeah.
What about you, Steve?
Like
anything in the pipeline that I'd really like to talk about this or that?
Nothing at the minute. Do you know you're going to use the new theme tune I made us?
Oh yes, absolutely. I like that.
The 8-bit one. The 8-bit.
8-bit rendition of our theme tune.
Stick it on the end or the beginning, whatever you want.
I think I'll go on the beginning. It's September. It's like a new season, isn't it? Here in the UK, at least.
Why not?
New TV shows are on and that sort of thing.
So, yeah, I mean, I've been pretty busy with the band, but we'll throw some ideas in our chat, and sure we'll be back with something non-Dreamcast related for me.
Maybe you could try the Dreamcast for the first time, Steve.
I played it when it come out. My mate had one, and I played it a little bit. So I've got little tiny memories of like Time Crisis and Crazy Taxi and a few other bits and bobs. But I think I got a PS2 at the time, so...
That was everyone was holding out for the PS2, wasn't they?
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of... Obviously, that killed it, and the lack of EA not publishing.
Yeah, there's stuff on it.
FIFA was such a big thing back then, and a lot of the sports games. Don't get me wrong, there were sports games on the Dreamcast. Sega done a lot of their own stuff, but I think EA had a big impact at that time, and they weren't publishing for the Dreamcast.
Yeah, definitely.
Shame.
Oh, well, should we wrap it up, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We smashed this out the park, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Hey, a cool hour and a half is a lot quicker than a lot of our episodes, so it's kind of a nice...
When we cut out the yawns and the silences, it'll be 45 minutes long.
And the creaking backs and knees.
Creaking back, man. We're all getting old. It's fine. Has anyone got any shout-outs?
I wanted to shout out. The RGDS just dropped an episode today about the Commodore 16 and the Commodore Plus 4. And if you don't remember, Steve, that was the first episode Retro Asylum did that I listened to, was when you and Mads talked about the C16, because I didn't know what the hell. I'd never even heard of one. So
No way.
Yeah, never. And so when the first episode I listened to was the one you and Mads did on the C6. I was like, what is that? And I now have some +4s and some C16s in my collection. So I'm about halfway into it. It was really good. Kingy's ripping that one up, and couple of their listeners talking about their memories of having one back in the day. So that's really fascinating for me. I think those episodes are really cool. So, and then
Nice.
The movie club. I was on the last episode of the retro movie club that Blake and Rich do, talking about Fire in the Sky, which was a movie that I suggested they watch. And that was a good one. That was a really fun episode to go with those guys. I think they just dropped it this week. So, yeah.
Nice. Dean?
And of course, the other boys.
And the lads? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, all the guys on the team. Alex Crowley as well, who's on the 10 Pence Arcade along with Sean. Paul Higgins, my mate, who I haven't seen in a while. I'll try and get him back on the show as well at some point. Talking about arcade games and probably the Vectrex. That's all we know. Yeah, I think that's it.
Nice. Well, I always give a shout out to Zap to the Past. So this month, I'm not going to give a shout out to Zap to the Past. I'm going to give a shout out to the Graham and Adrian podcast, who do Zap magazines as their show, which would be Zap to the Past. Yes, Zap to the Past. Sorry, I
was waiting for the punchline. I was like, what's happening?
Who's this? What's he saying? What's he on about? No, so yeah, big shout out to the Zap to the Past lads. They are hitting their 200th episode in the next week or two. They actually asked me to send them a little clip, so I've sent them a little clip to be on that episode.
Cool.
But yeah, absolutely brilliant achievement by those two lads. Always great episodes, and they always put loads of research and loads of work and time and effort into it. So,
like we do.
Like we do, except with actual research.
And talking about things that actually exist and not games we're just making up.
Exactly that. But I speak to them every now and then as well. And they're really nice fellas, and they've done an absolutely great job. So they're coming towards, they're not there yet, but they're heading towards the end because they're running out of Zap mags.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Are they going to go into Commodore format or?
So they haven't said. So I said in my little clip that I sent to them, like, just we don't pack it in. You've got a big fan base now. You've done a great job, and we want you to carry on. So I don't know what they're going to do, but fingers crossed they're going to stick around.
Crash back. They can start.
Yeah, maybe
they're not Spectrum fans, so are
Crash to the past. No, the Commodore guys, but I've no idea what to do. I think they'll stick around. Because the podcast really is about those two having a banter and laugh at each other because they're nice fellas and they're funny. So anyway, big congratulations to them on hitting the 200th episode. And the Retro Hour are about to hit 500 episodes.
Yeah.
And they gave us a couple of weeks ago a shout out themselves to us.
Oh, did
they? So they mentioned a few favourite podcasts and said, people should not just listen to them, go listen to other ones. And we got a shout out as well in the list of
people should listen to us.
But I chat to Dan every now and then as well. He's a good lad. He's a good guy, Dan. He's a good person to know. And 500 episodes of that is a hell of an achievement as well. So
that's a hard one to do. Old. Every
it's not
week,
just us getting old, boys. Man. We're all doing it.
Yeah,
they're lucky though. They've got a studio to work out of, and if we were in a similar situation, I'm sure we would be churning stuff out a lot more.
I've got kids running around.
We've got kids. Steve hasn't, but he's got the band and life. Everyone's got stuff going on in their life, so it does make it harder.
But that's what makes this one special, honestly.
It does. But I think in the same respect as us getting to 10 years and beyond, it takes commitment.
Oh, absolutely. And they're doing it every week. So good on them.
100%. And that goes for them. It goes for Zap to the Past. It goes for RGDS.
Yeah. It goes for all the podcasts. Everyone does this in their own time.
Yeah.
And
This Week in Retro is another
do it
one.
because they love it. They love retro gaming, which is a
10 Pence Arcade as well. You just don't stop, and it's just, and that takes effort. And we've been lucky, and we've got the other guys who are relentlessly putting our stuff out, and that which lets us jump in when we want to with the stuff we want to talk about. So we are lucky.
The weird stuff. But hopefully people do find it entertaining. I hope so.
Yeah. It's just mixing it up, isn't it?
Congratulations if you've made it this far into the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just say thank you to the one person who's still listening to us.
It's probably, hey, Mom.
Hey, Mark's mum. But yeah, congratulations to all them guys anyway. Amazing achievements. There's great podcasts out there. Go and listen to all of them. Keep listening to us. And yeah, that's my shout outs done. And obviously to our team and to our listeners and to our Discord and all these cool people we've got. You're all great. Well done.
You are.
Yeah. And on that note, Dean's going to lead us out of here like a gladiator.
Well, I don't know gladiator, but what I'm going to say is, guys, if we'd love to get some feedback. I know it's been a bit of a mad episode, but what games or what licenses would you like to have seen as a game? And give us, let us know what ones they were and come up with some ideas for some levels. You could all be level designers. There must be some jobs going at Sony for that sort of thing, Steve.
I'll sort you out. Send me a great idea. I'll nick it.
And the resume. Yeah, that's right.
And the resume. Yeah. Cool.
All right. Until next time, guys, take care. And we'll see you soon.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There's something I've got to quickly mention. There's going to be a Fast Loaders C64 music gig that's happening in Leicester on the 8th of November. Let me just pull up the details quickly. So it's happening at the Too Funky Music Cafe in Leicester, 7 p.m. on the 8th of November, as I said. Goes on to 2 a.m. Tickets are £35. It's going to be mental. If you like your C64 tunes, you need to check this out. So I'll put a link in on the show notes where you can get your tickets. And if I do forget, which I'll try not to, but just go onto Google, type in Fast Loaders Commodore 64 Rocks. Sorry, Commodore 64 Rocks live, and it'll bring up the details. All right? Okay, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
From now on, unlike your parents were, you are the secret force of Retro Asylum.
Playing so fast, they're the only ones who can take you back in time. They play old games, they're more retro than J1 Optimus Prime. At home or the arcade for adventures,